Colonel Davis, since you're a veteran yourself, also help me understand this. Number one, do attacks and a bigger escalation happen this way, that you put out a post on Truth Social or on social media and then you attack the country once again? And number two, Israel hasn't spoken about it yet, and this is in contrast to what Donald Trump has been asking Benjamin Netanyahu to do, to not attack Iran. Israel so far has not participated, and Donald Trump is putting out threats on his Truth Social post. Do attacks happen that way?
Well, it does in this environment. This is a bizarre situation, to say the least, because for a long period of time we've been in the national conversation here in the United States, and especially internally here, has been we're doing too much for the Israeli side, and that we're being dragged into a war. And now it's almost flipped on its head, and now it's like the United States is saying, "You guys stand over there. Hold my beer, I got this." And then he's going to go in there and tell Israelis not to worry about it. Now, that's not to say that they're not fighting, because they do still continue to fight in both the West Bank, activities going on in Gaza, and in Lebanon. They continue to fight in Lebanon. So it's almost like there's divide and conquer. You'll take this part over here, we'll take this part over here. I don't know for sure that they have made that kind of coordination, but you can see it playing out that way on the battlefield.
Colonel Davis, Donald Trump and the officials of the Trump administration have been continuing to say that they have completely destroyed Iranian power, Iranian military prowess. But Iran, of course, continues to attack American bases across Gulf countries, of course, except the UAE and Saudi Arabia. What do you make of the Iranian firepower then? What does it say about Iranian military prowess and what Donald Trump has been claiming?
You can't take that at face value, unfortunately. It's kind of an embarrassing thing to say as an American. But look, you see our intelligence services, leaks to the press, analysis by Washington Post, CNN, Wall Street Journal. They are all unified in saying that Iran still has somewhere around 75% of its missile and drone capacity. We have demonstrated, it has been chronicled, that 30 of the 33 missile bases and underground bunker systems that they had along the Iranian coastline into the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman had been brought back to restored to fully operational status even before this current round there. So by any observation, they do still have it, and they're demonstrating it. The question is, how much more are they going to demonstrate? What else are they going to do? How far are they going to go? Who knows? But the bottom line is, and what has not changed, is that they retain control of the Strait of the Hormuz, and we still cannot get our oil and gas from our side, from the Gulf GCC countries, out, and that's going to continue to cause a problem with the rest of the world's economy.
And Colonel Davis, here's the interesting part then, because like you said, that Iran has been continuing to retaliate against these attacks by America as well as Israel. The kind of warnings and the kind of rhetoric that has been coming in from the US president, would it, affect Iran at all to come to the negotiating table once and for all and make that peace deal, or it's going to harden their stance as it has in the past?
Listen, there's something we need to be crystal clear on. Iran has never not been at the table. They have always been willing to negotiate. This is not to bring them to the table, because they're already at the table. What it shows is, and this is especially from a lot of the pro-war commentators in the United States, they don't want a deal unless, other than the one on their definition, which is abject submission on the Iranian side. The Iranian side has said, we want a deal. We're even willing to talk about the nuclear program as a second step. What they're saying is, but we need to have some confidence building measures, because you have violated the trust in the past with the 2025 and 2026 starts of these wars, where you said you're in negotiations, then you attacked us. So we need to see upfront release of frozen assets, upfront release of sanctions on our oil industry, and the opening of the blockade and a stop of the war in Lebanon. So those are the things that they're saying they want. That's part of their negotiating position. So it's untrue to say this is to bring them to negotiating. What we actually are saying is, we want you to come and submit and surrender to us on all of our terms. That's what is really going on here, and there's no way on God's earth that Iran is going to do that, at least not for the foreseeable future.
So quickly, before I let you go, Colonel Davis, all right, let's wait and see what happens in the next few hours. Colonel Davis, thanks very much for joining us at the moment and sharing your perspective.
Always my pleasure.